Morning, namaste. Thank you so much for joining. As always, please practice according to your conditions, respect your limitations. Remember that the practice is an offering, and so you offer the best that you can, because how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So practice in a way that is mindful, that doesn't bring you into a place of pain or suffering or anxiety or distress. This is not what you want to transmit. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And then God will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice of our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. We cherish Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
On passe une vidéo? Non.
Ouais, mais la vidéo,
On est juste ça.
Morning. So give me a second. Okay. So we're going to begin with a little bit of pranayama. So it's going to sit tall and straight. Let's do the bija mantras today. So just stimulating all the energy centers along the central psychic channel. And we're just imagining we're opening up those gates in order to allow the energy to fly up, all the way up. It's said that when the energy reaches the crown, you can experience it, experience something that can be described as divine bliss. So we're starting at the root of the spine and we're moving our way up. Concentrate on the color, concentrate on that gate to open up. So starting at Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. Repeat after me. Lam, 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 lam. Picture the color red, repeat. Lam, 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 lam. Next, go up to the sacral chakra, which is located just a little bit above. Color is orange. Vam, 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 vam. Repeat. Vam, 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 vam. Next, going up to the navel chakra, Manipura, the color is yellow. Ram, 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 ram. Ram, 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 ram. Next, we're moving up to the heart chakra, Anahata. The color is green. Bring your attention there. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Next, we're moving up to the base of the throat. The color is blue. Hum, 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 hum. Repeat. Hum, 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 hum. Next, going up to the third eye, the color is indigo. The sound is Om. Inhale. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. And the crown, finally. One long sustained Om. Color is violet. Take a deep breath in. Allow the sound to ride the breath. Om. One more time. Imagine you're trying to make it reach the ends of the universe. Om. Spiritual breathing to establish a deeper connection with the divine essence within. Raise your arms up, the palms slightly turned upwards. From the inhale, imagine the best coming down now through into the arms and into the spiritual heart. The inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the center of the heart and the right side of physical heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again from the fingertips down into the heart. Breathe in the best. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it again in the heart as an offering to all beings. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. Just the breath leaves everything that you pulled in stays within. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale, pull in everything that you need down into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it again in the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. And now we begin the practice. Imagine every posture is a divine manifestation of God. And connect with all beings in order to cultivate compassion. So now let's come to standing. So we'll start off with some purifying exercises in order to help release the impurities from the body. So see, I got it. Camera up a little bit better. Okay, so now from here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend down, hands on the knees, empty out the lungs completely. And then as you hold the breath out, just pop the belly in and out. Feel as though all the organs inside are being shaken. All the impurities falling out. Keep holding the breath out. Lift the pelvic floor. Push everything up and in. Imagine making the area underneath the basket very hollow and thin. Exhale, release, coming back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Try to at least 50 times as you hold the breath out. Breathe in. Exhale, bend down again, hands on the knees. Completely empty out and unempty. Again, pump the belly button in and out. Throw it against front of the spine. Pull everything up and again, hold the breath, keep pulling the breath out. Everything lifts up and in. And release, come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. So now let's do some exercises just to move all the joints. Stand 2 feet about hip width apart. Raise your arms up, inhale. Exhale down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And release. Now inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, yank the arms down. Do the exercise with the bigger and the breathing as well to get the full range of benefits. Now in front of the body, inhale, reach out. Exhale, retract. And then release. Now swing the arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. And then break. Arms across the chest now. Exhale, throw the arms back. Loosen up the shoulders. And break. Next one. Bring the arms up over the head on the inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. Allow the belly to hit the thighs. Imagine you're throwing all the negativity out of the body. One more. Just allow the body just hang down for moments. To allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. So the next one, arms up over the head, come into a squat. If you can't go down all the way, just go down according to your condition of your knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. And right back up. Elbows out to the side and twist from side to side. Back to the center. Next one, we're going to circle the arms up on the inhale, exhale, squat down, inhale, pop back up, exhale, down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. And then release. So the next one, bring the arms in front of the body, the wrist height to the shoulders. Full circle around, backwards to the front. Exhale, pull in and punch right back out. Feel the bounce in the arms as the arms thrust out. And then release. Now open up the feet a little bit more. The toes point to be on the edges of the mat. We're going from side to side now. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right, right arm up, inhale. Go to left. And conclude. Next one, same movement, but we're holding the breath as you bend. So raise the left arm up, inhale, bend to the right, hold the breath. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Then coming back up on the exhale, raise your right arm up and sink to the left. Try not to make folds in the underside of the body. Keep the underside of the body hollow. And then coming back up. Again, use the left arm up Bend to the right. Imagine you have weights attached to all the fingertips to allow you to sink deeper into the stretch. And coming back up, go to the other side. Look up, try not to hunch forward, keep all the movement in the lateral sense. And coming up again. Keep going. Holding your breath, so you can reach a little bit further. Up. Lose yourself in the sensations. Imagine all beings feeling this through your body. You will nice deep elongation from the foot all the way to the hands. Good. All the movements done gracefully. See yourself in the postures. Visualize yourself moving with grace, with power, with ease. And this will manifest in your practice. And then coming back up. But so now let's come down onto the hands and knees for cat-cow. Just really fire up the core muscles. Inhale, arch the back, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale, exhale. Powerful movements. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push the heart forward and away from the seats. Exhale. Imagine trying to push it right between your shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push the belly button down towards the ground. Exhale, throw it up to the lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, one more. Exhale. Come back to neutral back, raise the right leg up. And then swing it out to the right. So just imagine your legs like a big pendulum that went uncontrolled. Throw the leg up and back. Good, and then the other leg. Left leg up, inhale, and then swing it out to your left. Imagine trying to touch your toes to the head. And then release. And so now we're going to come onto the belly. Working the back muscles. Anchor down through the lower body. If you can, join your hands together, squeeze the palms together. And when you come up, lifting the chest, engage the upper back and the buttocks. Inhale up. Exhale down. And up. And down. Squeeze the heels and palms together. Up. And down. Press down to the tops of the feet. Up. And down. Up. And down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. And down. And relax. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Now strip the arms in front of the body. There's a couple of options here. So you can either raise the legs and the arms at the same time on the inhale, exhale down. You want to try something a little bit more dynamic. We throw the legs up, and when the legs come down, the upper body swings up. So the momentum of the legs coming down and the chest hitting the ground will propel the body up. So it's like this. Okay, continue. Good, beautiful. All right. And then relax, forehead on the hands, breathe in. Breathe out, let go of all fatigue. Now come back into child's pose. Seats behind the heels, forehead down. This one has 4 movements. There's no inhale, we're gonna come up into high cat, rounding your back. Exhale, drop your hips to your hands, shoulders back, head back. Inhale, come back into high cat. Exhale, the seat behind the heels. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward, roll the shoulders back and coil like a serpent. Back up, inhale. Exhale, all the way back. Good. Inhale up. Connect the movements fluidly forward. Inhale, back up. All the transitions sound seamless. All the way back. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, try to move in a way that doesn't create any kinks in the lower back or the back and neck. Keep the spine nice and smooth all the way back. Exhale. Inhale, rolling up. And then forward, telescope the neck out of the shoulders, the trunk out of the hips. Back up, inhale. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Move forward. Back up, inhale. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale. Widen up through the chest. Open up the heart in every sense. Inhale up. Exhale, back. And then one more. Inhale, rolling up into high cat. Exhale, forward like a snake. Coiling. Back up. Inhale, coiling back inwards. Exhale, seat all the way back into child's pose. Rest here for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale, relax again. Learn to relax instantaneously. Drop all the fatigue out of the body. Next one, we're going to slide forward into cobra on the inhale. So brush the nose to the ground, keep the belly down along the ground, and pick up the chest. Bring the head all the way back, hold the breath, hold the pose, Bhujangasana. And back on the exhale. Inhale, glide forward again. And then try to put yourself in a body and in the consciousness of those that you're representing. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And all the way back, exhale. Blessed are those who can imitate the forms and copy the teacher physically. Imagine having that boundless range of motion like the serpent. Exhale all the way back. Again, come forward. Twice blessed are those who can copy the teacher mentally, be regal and wise, just like the serpents. And back, exhale. Again, coming forward into cobra. 3 times blessed, you can imitate the teacher spiritually, tap into all the divine qualities of what you're representing. And back, exhale. Come forward again. This time, if you like, you try to pick up your feet, come into king cobra. It doesn't matter, you can't touch your head. Want your fingertips, really push your body up high and bend your knees. Imagine trying to squeeze socks behind your knees. And back, exhale. Good. Try to move all the joints here again. Pull forward towards you as you're coming forward. Raise the chest, come onto your fingertips, tempt the hands. And see if you can bend your legs, weight the toes. And back, and become what you believe. Inhale, come forward. Use your imagination to visualize yourself in the practice you're trying to attain. Don't worry if you don't get there, it's results that are not important, it's the effort. And back, exhale. Inhale, glide forward. Come up with power. Move with grace, just like the snake. Back, exhale. One last time. Inhale, glide forward, smoothly between the arms. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Hold the breath, everything stops. All the mind fluctuations, the body movements Even the emotions are so good. Good. And back, exhale. Inhale, just stretch out here, exhale, relax again. And then come forward onto your belly. And then flip over onto your back, flat on your back. Let's go do tucks here. We're going to elongate the body. Once you're on the ground, on the back. Inhale, extend the arms, extend the legs as much as you can, stretch. Exhale, pull into a tuck. Knees the shoulders, chins the knees. Inhale again. Exhale, squeeze into a tuck. Make the body look like it exists. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, bring it all in. All the body parts moving in the center. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. This time, hold the breath as you come into tuck and hold it there. The shoulders come to the knees. Try to press the forehead against the hands above the knees. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. Really squeeze tight. Exhale, let go. Inhale again, elongate, stretch. Then come back into tuck. Hold the breath as you tuck. Keep holding the knees on the abdomen, the shoulders, the knees, all the body parts coming together. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend. Stretch fingers and toes. Hold the breath and tuck very, very tightly. Break the pose, exhale. Inhale, elongate. Push up to the heels. The navel holds out and then hold the breath. Bring everything up and in. Everything touching the knees, the shoulders, the chins, the knees. Hands to the forehead. Heels to the feet. Release, exhale. Inhale, extend. Hold the breath and tuck. Make the body as compact as possible. And release is good for the organs and the digestive tract. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Imagine all these receiving the benefits of your bodies. Try again to deliver the best that you can. And break the pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax. The practice is an ideal balance between the effort, the drive, with the softness and surrender. They all have a place in practice. Good, now bring your arms over the head and then raise the legs up. Maybe you can bring them all the way back behind the head if you like, into plow pose, and then bring the legs back down and sit up. A few more times, lie all the way back down and roll all the way back into plow. And then allow the legs come down. So try to move your way that's graceful, little jerky movements, no big heavy crash landings on the ground. Good. All the way back. And once the feet are down, use your core to move back up to seated. Try to do it without lifting the heels from the ground. Good. And if you want, bring your legs over the heads, all the way back down, and sit up. That's it. We'll do two more. Arms over the head, all the way back into the plow. And then gracefully the legs come down, quietly touching down, and then the body comes up. Keep your body with the legs and roll all the way back one last time. All the way back into plow. And then bring the legs down, go to seated, and then pull the arms on forward.
And the next time you roll back, make way to stand. So come back into cloud. As legs coming down, bend your knees, plant your feet, and roll right up to standing. Good. So now we're going to come to the front of the mat for Surya Namaskar. Make your way to the front of the mat. Hands in front of the heart, my universal gesture for offering. Now, as all the fruits, imagine this as your divine duty. The all beings receive the benefits through us. Raise your arms up over the head, reach up and back. And fold forward, bend your knees, bring your hands on the ground, chest on the thighs. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Good. And then coming back into the high plank. Lower down the knees and bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between your arms, coming up into cobra. Roll the shoulders back and coil like a snake. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Allow the heart to melt, the head to come below the arms. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Drop down to the seat. Foot forward. And then the feet come together. Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch the back, engage the buttocks and upper back to support your movements. Bring the hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up over the head, stretch to the limits. Fold forward, bow down, fold the body in half. Left foot back, drop down the knee and drop down the seat at the same time. Come into the high plank. And then lower the knees, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward again between the arms. Push the shoulders back, telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back, melt the heart. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Good. Feet together. Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs, the top of the head coming towards the feet. Coming all the way up to standing, reach up over the head. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that keeps the breath steady and even. The breath will figure out what to do and deliver more ease and power and fluidity. Uttanasana. Pull the body down. Flat belly on your thighs. Right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Good. And into the high plank. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back. This time, as you're coming forward, when the hips come between your hands, push into your hands and tops feet, lift your hips and knees away from the ground, charge your legs, upward facing dog. And then roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Soften the line in the back. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Gazing up as though an offering. And the feet come together, Uttanasana, bow to the leg, the gesture of humility. Come right up to standing. And back home, hands to the heart. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body moving with more ease and grace and power. Pull the body down, fold the leg, body in half. And then the left foot back. And then coming into the plank position. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back. Coming forward. And then once the hips again come to your hands, push your hips and knees away from the ground. Charge the legs. Upward facing dog. Right back into downward facing dog. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet come together. Chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up the stand, reach up over the heads. And then come back home, hands to the hearts. Go up and back again. The sun salutations move all the joints in the body. Work all the areas of the body. Uttanasana, bow down in own humbleness. Right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Flatten up the toes. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, circle your arms down, allow the head to fall back. Inhale, come up again. Graceful movements. Push the seat all the way forward towards your front heel. Open yourself up to divine grace. And one more time, raise your arms up. Drop down to the seat, circle the arms down. And now take it back into high plank. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back. Come forward again into upward facing or cobra. Push hips away from the ground, lift the head. Back into downward facing dog. And from here, raise the right leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, three-legged dog. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, uncurl the toes, inhale again, rise up. Take the body further down the hips, using the arms to pull your body out a little higher. Circle your arms down, 2 more times, inhale, come up. Exhale, drop down to the seat, push the top of the foot to keep your balance. And 1 more time, inhale, come up. Exhale, circle the arms down, lean away from the front leg. And from here, plant your hands, bring the left foot in to meet the right. Pull the body against the legs, Uttanasana, forehead comes towards the shins. Come right up, off the Uttanasana. And come back, hands to the hearts. Bring the arms up and back again. Be the witness, watching body moving all by itself. Watch the mental reactions and emotions as well, without any judgment, without any expectation. Uttanasana here. Then the left foot back, lower down the knee, uncurl the toes, inhale, come up again with the arms. Exhale, this time turn to the right as the arms come down. So every movement expresses an intention. This one, we're opening yourself up to all experiences, all perspectives. You have something to gain from every experience. Circle down to the right. Now from here, coming back into high plank, bring the knees down, and the seat all the way back. Glide forward, pull at the floor, so you're trying to pull forward towards you, upward facing dog. Chest forward, head back. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back, the head comes down below the arms. Then the left foot comes up smoothly, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. That's it. And bring the foot between your hands. Move your shoulders over the fingertips so the foot lands very softly, not making a noise. Lower down the knee, uncurl the toes, inhale, rise up again. Turn to your left, circle the arms down. Inhale again, pull the body further by the hips. Circle to your left, all the movements graceful. Imagine your arms as the wings of a butterfly. Raise your arms up, open up to your left. That's it. And then coming forward with the right foot beside your left, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head right down towards the feet. Inhale, come right up to standing, arch back, engage the buttocks and upper back, supporting movement, hands back to the heart. So one more variation. Pull the arms up over the head, arch back. This time knees come down. Bend your knees, land your belly on your sides, join your hands behind the back. Pull the hands all the way back and then lift the arms up away from your body. Try to get your hands over your shoulders, maybe in front of your head. If you're flexible, try to get your hips right over your heels, straight line. And the body press against your front of the legs. Now looking up, hold the breath and keep your weight on your left side so you can slide the right foot back. Lower down the knee, flatten out the toes. Inhale, bring your arms right over the head. Kapiyasana, crescent moon. Pull the arms further up. Rock the shoulders back and forth. Try to loosen up the shoulders a little bit. And then drop down to the seat. Pull the arms back. Make a crescent shape, move with your body. Good. Open up through the heart. Radiate your inner light. And then break the pose, bring the hands back down. From here, press into your hands, swing your left leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yeah, that's it. Now come forward into your high plank, shoulders over the fingertips. See if you can bring your chest down first, pull the elbows into the sides of the body, push through the base of the toes, lower your chest down. If you need to, lower your knee down at the same time. And once the chest is down, the left toes come down, right into upward facing dog. Stay here for a moment, bend the toes under, and pulse a little bit. Try to get your shoulders back, look like a dog howling at the wind. So again, try to imitate the form on all levels. Now push into your toes, lift your seat, back into downward facing dog. Here we're just trying to soften the line in the back. Try to get your chest close to the ground. Look like a dog stretching its back. And just demonstrate the loyalty of the dog to its master. Now raise the right leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, flatten up the toes. Kapayasana again, raise your arms up, join hands together, and then again. Make the shape of a crescent moon. Lift the chest, bring the arms beside or maybe behind the ears. Open yourself up again to all possibilities. Imagine you're doing your divine service to all beings. Break the pose, lean forward, your belly into your front thigh, swing arms behind the back, join your hands together, and then step the left foot in to meet the right. Again, Uttanasana, push your body against the legs, try to straighten your legs by using the force of the body pushing against the legs. Imagine trying to get your chest on and maybe even below the knees. Just your humbleness. Then come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. And come back home. And one more, raise your arms up, reach up over the head, stretch the body. Fold down, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs. And pull the hands up over your shoulders, maybe in front of your head a little bit. The body nice and long, the spine long. Now looking forward, holding your breath, keep your weight on your right foot so you can slide your left foot back easily. Lower down your knee, uncurl the toes, right into Kapayasana again. So feel the stretch from the toes all the way to the fingertips. Open up through the heart in every sense. When you break the pose, bring your hands back down, plant your hands, and swing the right leg all the way up and back, Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Imagine trying to touch the ceiling with your toes. Come forward into your high plank, and again, lower down, pull the elbows into the sides of the body, push through with your toes, so you can lower your chest down softly, and if you need to, your knee comes down at the same time. Swing right into upward facing dog again. Again, take the shoulders back, stretch the whole front of the body, from the toes all the way to the head. Try not to jam out the back neck of the lower back. And then push into knuckles and toes, lift your seat, and then roll back so your heels come back down towards the ground. If you're flexible, again, try to get your forehead down to the ground, maybe even the nose, eventually even the chin comes right down. Try not to bend the arms. Press the shoulders down. Good. And then raise the left leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Once again, Kapayasana, reach your arms up over the head. Reach back here. Settle into the pose. Drop down to the seats. And from here, lean forward, belly comes onto your thighs, join the hands behind the back, and bring your right foot in to meet the left, bow to the legs. Drop the head down close to the feet. Seats directly over the heels. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back, and then come back home. Bring the hands to the heart, take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale all the love from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath there. Imagine the love going into all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all beings. Unconditional love towards all forms. And release. So we're going to continue now with some standing postures. Push down onto your left foot. Raise your right foot up, holding the inside of the heel, and bring the right leg up. So if you're more, you might look like a T. You want to have your fingers and toes on the same line. If you're more flexible, bring the foot up higher, close to the shoulder. Lean towards your left so that your fingers and toes still stay in the same line. And if you feel comfortable, you can lean back a little bit, look up. Flex the foot, helps with balance. If you're having trouble balancing, stand against the wall. If you can't straighten the leg, you can hold underneath the knee. Do the best you can. Don't worry about the results.
It's not about the results, again, it's about the effort. But now from here, release the foot. Engage leg muscles, hold the breath as you bring the leg down so you don't drop it heavily. Let's go right into eagle. Bend your left leg so you can land your belly on your thigh. If you lose your balance, just bring your fingertips to the ground. Then imagine you're an eagle soaring down from a great height. Use your imagination to come into the movements with grace, with ease, just like a bird flying. But now press into your left foot and return on your back. Imagine your shape shift and moving to the front without effort. Now anchor down to the right foot. Start again on the other side. Fix your gaze on the points. Fixing your gaze on the points sometimes helps. Go the inside the heel if you can, or underneath the knee. Point to your abilities and then come up. Be magnificent and poised and graceful like a dancer. Every posture, no matter what variation, what modification you do, is perfect if you come in with an intention of offering. And now from here, hold the breath. Again, engage leg muscles so your leg comes down with control. It doesn't come down to a big heavy thud. And then you won't lose your balance as much. Bend your right leg, land your belly on your thighs, and sweep your arms out to the side like a magnificent eagle. You keep on imagining yourself as a form. Tap into his consciousness. Good. And then press into the right foot and come right back up. So now we're going to do another sequence here. Going to go down with the left hand. So step your left foot forward, bend down, bring your fingertips down, not too close to the foot, at least 14 to 16 inches or so. Bring the right leg up and then open up to the right. See if you can get the right arm up higher. Push it up as much as you can. Open up the body. Now from here, bring the right hand back down. Look forward. Try to get your hip right over the heel. Bring the left hand to the ankle. The index finger just along the heel. So you can bring the right leg up higher. If you can, if you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your knee a little bit if you need to. Rest your belly on your left leg again. You can bend your left leg as well. And as you, if you want, you can try to slide your hand closer and hold the breath. Maybe at some point you might be able to get your hand on the inside of the ankle. Your index finger on the inside of the heel. Gaze beyond your toes. And then break the pose. Bring the right foot down. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, slump like a rag doll. Relax. And then roll your way up. And so let's try it on the other side now. So bring your right foot forward. Lean down. The right hand walks out. Again, leaving a good distance so that you can keep your body nice and long. Your trunk doesn't get short. And then raise the left leg up. Start to gradually open. Watch yourself moving to the pose in your imagination. And just allow the body to unfold, just the posture to unfold, just the way you see it in your mind. Even if it doesn't happen, just keep on trying, keep practicing. The body will eventually obey. Left foot up high as you can, with the toes, make it look pretty. And then bring the left hand down, turn forward. Remember, you want to have your right hip directly over the heel. This helps with your balance. If you need to bend your left leg a little bit, go ahead, get tight hamstrings. And then for the other leg, you want to again bend your knees so the belly stays with your thigh. The right hand comes to the ankle, the index finger along the outside of the heel. Pull the leg up higher. Gaze beyond your toes, hold your breath. So you can take your left hand closer to the foot, maybe eventually on the foot. Keep pulling the left foot up higher. And then release. Bring the left foot down.
Breathe in. Breathe out, slow down. Remember, you can always use your imagination to find a form that's good for you. Don't worry if you can't realize a full posture, just do your best. And so now we're going to come up to standing, face out along the edge of the mat. So just mat, straight. So now standing in the middle of the mat, facing out along the edge of the mat. Fingertips together at the height of the elbows, jump or walk your feet apart. And we're going to go to your left. So if you're facing away from the screen, you can just turn around 180 degrees. Bend into your left leg. Virabhadrasana 2. Be fierce, be strong like a mighty warrior. Come into the warrior consciousness. Arms level with the shoulder, at the height of the shoulders. Now swing the right arm up to meet the left. Virabhadrasana 1. If you can't turn your hip all the way, you can lift the back heel. If you need to lower your knee down, go ahead. Full body up the hips, reach up high. Now from here, push into the front foot to straighten out the front leg. You need to adjust the position of the back foot. The heel comes down. Go ahead. We're going to take the hands behind the back. Press them against the inside of the right thigh, right where leg joins onto the hip. Lift the chest. If you feel comfortable, you can lean back. If not, just keep upright. Lift up, gaze, lift the chest. Now from here, come forward. Try to center your chest, your belly over the front thigh. You might need to move your back foot a little bit out to the right to keep your balance and turn a little bit more so the left hip moves back, the right hip moves forward. Your hips in line with the front edge of the mat. If you can, pull your hands off the back and then see if you can bring your cheek to your shin. Imagine your chest, it's about to go below the knees. Now you can stay here in this pose or bend into your left knee a little bit, sink your seat, and just let the body slip off the leg to the right. The shoulder comes the inside of the leg. Let's see if you can get your forehead down. If you need to, you can always lower the right knee to the ground. Just do it from here. Again, find the posture that is good for you. That allows you to come a little bit, express the pose a little bit more to the fullest extent that you can. And from here, break the pose, bring your head back up, bring your hands down. Move your left foot out to the edge of the mat, lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Scoot your right toes back. You want to keep your left knee over your heel so that your heel doesn't come up, your knee doesn't go way forward in the toes. And then here, if you can, your hips low to the ground, you can fall to the right, so you can get your right form down, and then roll back to your left. If you can't get your hips down, the hips are very high from the ground, you can just stay on your hands, but just keep sinking your hips. Imagine you have a big weight right on top of your seat. When the hips are down, the rest of the body will follow eventually. They're very flexible. Maybe your chest will come right down to the ground beside your foot, shoulder on the foot. So make sure your knee's not falling out to the side, either like this, or your foot's going out beyond your knee. You want to keep your knee from the foot on the same line. If you're very flexible and your chest is down, move your left arm to the outside. That's it. Be like a lizard, just sun yourself on a warm earth, merge with the form. When you imagine a form in their place of ease, you too will find it at ease. Now we're going to come back onto the hands, bend the toes under and slide your left foot back. So your legs are like a box. And so place your hands on your hips. If you lift your foot up easily, chances are you're in the right, the foot's in the right place, the heel right underneath the knee. Adivita Pashakanasana. Right arm up, angle the toe of the knee towards the right and dive down towards your left. Try to have your armpits sitting on the outside of the knee. Your left hand pushes into your right and push down more and more so that the belly comes higher than the thigh. And then keep pushing against the outside of the leg with your elbow. And then try to turn your chest up towards the sky. From the left to back, crown head forward. The center of the chest behind the thumbs. You want to take a bind, and push your seat back. If you are best, you stay on the back foot, outside the knee. Use the left hand to move the hand, to allow the hand to come underneath your leg. Left arm goes over the back, and pull the hand out a little bit more. You can lock the fingers together and hold the left wrist to right hand. Pull the left shoulder back again. If you want, hold the breath. See if you take your knee off the ground. The back. Take your left shoulder all the way back. Make sure you're not sagging down. Try to keep, if you want to keep the shape, you have to push it from the heel, extend to the crown. You want to break the pose, bring the hands back to the inside of the foot. Push your right hip back, straighten out the right leg, and then move back towards the center. Towards the long edge of the mat, arms out to the side, and come back up. Go to the other side now. Open up to the right. Jump 180 degrees if you need to, so that again you can see the screen. Come again to the warrior, strong, determined, and devoted to service. Warrior one. This pose says, I'm yours, grant me higher devotion. Always ready to do your service. Pushing the front foot to straighten the front leg, adjust the back foot if you need to, so the heel comes down. And create a little bit of horizontal distance between your feet so you don't lose your balance. Hands behind your back, push into the inside of the left thigh. Lift the chest if you feel comfortable, bring your head back. This is an option if it's too much. Be careful, especially if you have low blood pressure. Come back up. Use your core and then some here dive forward. So pull the right hip back, the left hip forward, and come down. Rest your belly inside. You bend your knees if you need to a little bit. Move the left foot in. Again, if you need to, if your heels start to come up. And then see if you can pull your hands up off the back. In front of the head. Imagine again. You try to get the spine as long as possible. So the top head comes towards your feet. Your foot. Either stay here or move into humble warrior. Bend into your right knee. Allow the body to slip off the leg to the left. And then the shoulder comes to the inside of the foot. Drop your seat a little bit so your head can come closer to the ground. Slide your left foot back as well. Roll the left thigh upwards. Humble warrior. Embody the surrender, the service of the warrior, the humbleness. You'll press into your feet, engage your core to come and bring your head back up. And bring your hands to the ground. So from here. Back knee down, slide your toes back again. So and move your right foot out to the edge of the mat. Your hips are low enough, you can see if you can fall to your left, get your left arm down, roll back to the right. You want to have both sides of the feet, both sides of the hip firmly, equally grounded. Keep telescoping your chest forward. See when you get your body right down. Flatten out completely as best as you can. But again, don't worry if you can't come down all the way. And stay on your hands. Just imagine your hips are made of lead. And then eventually, when the hips are down, the rest of the body comes forward. But it comes down a little bit more. Keep stretching forward, and then the body will come down. You're still. Just allow the mind to go quiet. Each time, each opportunity you have, try to meditate. I for meditation, attainment to meditation is when you merge with the form. And remember that God is present in all forms. So you merge with God in whatever form. It's equal ease. Now come back up, slide your right foot back. Make your way back up, and the toes under the back foot, do the chest again, hands on the hips, you can lift your foot up. If your foot's a little bit too forward, you won't be able to lift the foot up instantly. Okay, and then plant the foot down. Put this way, left arm up, and then anchor the toe and knee towards the left, it's all the same line. Try to get the armpit to sit on the outside of the knee, this will allow you to come into the bind more easily. Now you don't stay here with your hands at the shoulders, your body trapped against the leg. You push down the right hand to your left, so the belly is free of the thigh, and then free to spin more. The right shoulder goes all the way back. Then she looks like you're lying on your back. Your shoulder, right shoulder overlaps, maybe even beyond. Same position eventually. If you want, you take your bind, lean back, your elbows close to the back of the lower leg so you can thread the hand through more easily, there's more space. Right arm goes over the back, pull the head out a little bit further, so you can lock your fingers or hold the right wrist with your left hand. Hold your breath and take your left knee up off the ground. And keep spinning your chest upwards, telescope your head forward, push back through the left heel. Amazing pose that offers so many benefits. It works so many different areas. The strength, rotation, torsion, the release of impurities, it does it. So many things. Break the pulse. From here, should do stay here. So now from here, turn back to the center. Asanas Padottanasana. So take your hands, the outside to the legs, on the lower legs, if you can. You move your hands so that you can slide your fingers underneath the edges of the feet. Inhale, extend head forward. Exhale, go down. The head comes down. Try to get your body between your legs. Just do this angle here. Your feet are parallel to the edge of the mat. More flexible, try to bring your head further through. Eventually your chest might come up behind your thighs. Lift your shoulders up. You want to push your chest forward like you're doing the cobra pose almost. So you don't round your back. Now you can stay here if you like. Those of you who want to come into an inversion of some sort, as forearm balance or headstand, you may. So you just your position so that the top of that crown is just roughly in line with your toes. You move your hands back, your fingers in line with your heels, and your arms at 90 degrees. And from here, those who can press up, straddle right up, go ahead. If you can't come up that way, move your feet behind your wrists, and then just your feet are already close to your wrists, so you just rest just underneath your knees against your elbows. You can just so you can pull your toes away from the ground, even just one at a time, dance from toe to toe. Eventually, you've become more comfortable, you can lift your feet up. So your knees are on the upper arms. Eventually, you can come up into a tuck, take your knees right off the knees. And then the easiest way to balance is to bring one leg back and keep one leg forward. Flex the feet to make sure your legs stay close to the body. And so your knees stay bent. More proficient, you can do anything you want here. If you're up in the full stance, you have a full lotus, go ahead. Just a full lotus, don't do a half lotus. So you can cross your legs. So all sorts of possibilities here. If it's too much, stay in Prasarita Padottanasana. Now for your headstand, start to make your way down. So open up your legs and come down that way. As your feet come closer to the ground, engage your core quite a bit. Hold your breath so you can land your feet in line with your head, the same place as it started. Arms up to the side, come all the way up. Now here, move your heels in a little bit. You can seat a little bit closer, but your toes are still above the width of the mat. Hands on the seat, bend your knees like you're riding a horse, and then push into seat, pull down, the knees come over your toes. If you're comfortable, just go back and you can slide your hands down the backs of the legs. Easy to Chakasana. Maybe landing on the back of the knees. If you're more flexible, you can go further. So you might be able to get your hands right underneath your heels. So now here, if your hands are on the backs of the knees, roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. You have good control of your legs when you're just underneath the knees. And push your hips all the way forward and up. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. Hands back. Spread your limitations from that one hand at a time. Push into your seat. Go down. You come up. The chin comes into your chest and come back upright. Arms out to the side and jump your feet together. Standing tall into Tadasana. Close the eyes. From the base of the spine, imagine the base of the mountain, feet all the way up to the crown. Like the summit. You're going right to the summit. Exhale back down to the base of the spine, the base of the mountain, be unshakable, unmovable in your devotion to the practice. So we're going to move to the back of the mat, coming into plank. So Dharma sometimes likes to just fall into the pose, keep your arms outstretched. If you have any wrist issues, just come down onto your knees and make your knees a plank. So you can do that, of course. Know your strengths. Your limitations. So if you're dropping into it, hold your breath, go forward, and then come into the plank. Body straight, so heels fully to the ground. From here, bring your left hand more to center, and from the nose, and come into side plank. The arms in a straight line, you can keep your ankles crossed, or if you want, you can stack your right foot on top of the left. Try not to sag through the hips and fall into your shoulder. Keep your left arm fully extended. Back to the center, go to the other side now. As Dharma says, you have to use the physics to realize the postures. Think of all the areas of where the pillars of strength here in order to achieve the pose. Alignment. But don't get too attached to results again. Just do your best, whatever you do. So come back into plank, lower the knees down, and soften the knees. If you, so depending on your knees, you can just either sit on your heels and walk back as far as you can. And push your shoulders back, allow the head to fall back. So this is where you're at. You stay here. If you're more flexible, you can come onto the forms. If you can, sit between the heels, Supta Virasana. It's open up your heels so your seat can come in between, and then going. So you can sit on your elbows, or if you bring your back right down, do it now. Rest your back on the ground. If your back's on the ground, you can take both your opposite elbows, pull your elbows all the way up, away from your knees. Take a deep breath in, inflate the lungs, raise the chest. Exhale, feel the whole back body sagging heavily into the ground. Sleep. Now from here, getting ready to come back. With your hands on the feet. If you're all the way down, push into the against the heels your palms, press into your elbows and lift your back up off the ground. Chin comes into your chest and make your way back up. So now one more round of Vasisthasana. Now, if you want to do variations this time or do the same one, if you need to modify, keep your left knee on the ground. Go into your right first, so standing on your left hand and your left foot or knee. If you can have more abilities, you can. I like to start down the facing dog, so the hips are up already, with the left hand more to the right. Go into your Vasisthasana, and then keep sliding your right toes, circle the toes back. So you come down just alongside the left knee, and push your seat all the way up. Make sure you're not sagging. Your hips are sagging like this, it's going to be hard to come into the pose. So to push your hip all the way up and forward. Left arm stays fully extended. And the left foot's at 45 degrees, not 90. The toes are still on the same line as the leg. The inside edge of the foot is grounded, so then you can take your knee out more easily to the weight off the right foot. You can catch the knee, you have more ability or flexibility to both the foot. According to your abilities and knowledge of pose. Back down. As we see if you enter it, spin on the left heel to pop, come back to downward facing dog. And then go to the other side if you're doing a variation. Keep your hips up, move the right hand towards the left. Come into your side plank and then keep on going. Spin on the foot, pull the right foot in a little bit. So again, you can get your edge of the inside edge of the foot down. The toes again on the same line as the leg, not bent at 90 degrees. So like, and then from here, lift your hip all the way up, left arm fully extended, or right arm fully extended. And you can take your left knee out more easily. Take hold of the knee, or take hold of the foot if you have a reach. Modifications, just stay your foot in the ground. And then break the palms, keep your head high, the right arm fully extended. Come back to downward facing dog. And then lower the knees down, relax. Breathe in. Breathe out off into your breath. Relax. From here. Get a headstand already, but if you like, you can do another one or another reversion of your choice. Needed teeth. Just if you're not comfortable coming up too high, you just lift your seat up. Come on, roll onto the top of the head. When your seat comes over the knees, you'll feel more of a stretch along the back of the neck. If it's too much, just move your head forward so you're more on the top of the head again. Those who want to go a little bit further, you can tense your hands, palms facing towards you, fingers facing away. Move your hands out, move back the head forward a little bit so you're on the top of the head. From here, you can walk your feet towards your fingertips, try to get your toes aligned with your hands. Notice how my arms are not at 9 degrees. If you have a little bit, if you move them out a little bit further away from you, you have more balance. Ability to balance. Tense your hands, your fingers on the outside of the mat, and bring the left leg up and back if you can. Just here, pulse up and down, up off the heel. Then you pull your toes away from the ground, and then you're up off the ground. Pushing through the back foot, let you come all the way. The feet will come at the same height as the hips. There's too much pressure for the head. You start with your forearms down. If you have efficiency, you can also just hold your breath, move one arm into place, and then the other arm. So just practice. Just keeping weight on your head so that you can move your hands easily through. It's too much pressure for your head, you can lift your head up as well. So you start here, and then join your hands together, and then just push into your forearms and just lift up. Okay, your head's hovering just above the ground, you rest the head on the fingers, the thumbs, if you like, the base of the thumbs. Push into the arms. It's now you come out. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way back up. Bring your legs down in front. Your bridge pose. Your seat, when you come down, your heels are close to your seat, your knees are up. And then place your hands beside your body, lift your back up off the ground, tuck your shoulders underneath one at a time. So from above, you can't see your arms anymore, they're all the way underneath your body. Push your chest up towards your chin. Tilt the pelvis forward, give your hands to tilt the hips forward so that there's no punching in the lower back. Your chest looks like a wall. This is almost like shoulder stand, the same shape with your chest up and higher than the head. And from here, bring your palms down, facing down, lower your feet back down onto the wrists and extend your legs. From here, scoot your hands further forward, your face, your fingers, your thumb and your index fingers, the tips are together. Lift your back up, push your chest up high, and bring the top of the head back down. Fish pose. If you're feeling strong, you raise your legs 12 inches off the mat. If your legs charged too much, keep your legs down. Breathe very fast and loose like a sleeping dog. Put your legs back down. Relax on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Imagine you're fainting. Now bring your shins up, your knees up towards your shoulders, press down on the shins. Your knees separate so that your knees are against the front of the shoulders. Rock from side to side a little bit. And then from here, you can bring your feet up over your knees. Happy baby pose. Take hold the outer edges of the feet. Some might find it easier to take the insides, doesn't really matter. Just trying to get your knees to the ground beside your body underneath your arms. Roll from side to side like a happy baby, just playfully. You see, push both feet down, both knees down to the ground at once. You can take your hands inside the heels, or if it's too much, can't straighten your legs very easily, just bring your hands to the insides of the legs somewhere where it's manageable, on the backs of the lower legs or on the thighs even. More flexible. Maybe your seat will stay down and your toes will come right down in the line of the shoulders. Make sure you're not lifting your seats. Legs back. From here, bend your knees, reverse table, your knees over in line with your hips. Bounce your hips over towards your left and drop your knees to the right. You can use your right hand to hold the knees down. Now really try to push the sit bones towards the front end of the mat. So lengthen. Pull the knees closer to the right elbow if you like, but just keep on trying to extend the spine. Feel a stretch from the base spine all the way up the back body. Make sure your left shoulder is not jutting up. Keep the shoulder flat on the ground, the back of the shoulder. Center and move to the other side. Bounce your hips over a few inches to your right and bring your knees down to your left. Again, you can hold your legs down with your left hands. Pull your right arm further and further away so you can get the shoulder again flat on the ground, the chest completely flat. Push your seat towards the front end, far end of the mat. Put your knees down. And from here, release, come back into Shavasana. Come back to the center, allow the feet to fall away from one another about the width of the mat. Your arms are beside your body as well, about a foot away, the palms facing up. Deep breath in. Exhale, just allow all the fatigue to drop out of the body instantly. Just promote complete release of the impurities by letting go of all efforts. Imagining that all the impurities are draining out of the body. All the impurities that exist at all levels, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and spiritually.
that all manifest in a way of sensation of blockage, of restriction, not only in the body, but in the mind as well, being firmly ingrained in our thoughts, not inviting in other perspectives. But in order to be able to gain more knowledge, you have to be open, receptive to everything, all experiences. Be grateful for all experiences, for they all teach us something. And it's through knowledge that we remove ignorance, which is the root cause of all suffering and pain. Especially knowledge that prevents us from seeing our true selves, which is infinite, immutable, stainless, and boundless in this potential. As well, all the impurities that keep us in the place of pain and suffering by the bad karma, the bad action, the actions and thoughts and deeds that cause pain and suffering to others, to ourselves. All it takes just adherence to the ethical rules, yama niyama. First and foremost, ahimsa, compassion. Make an intention of cultivating compassion, extend it toward all beings. This is why we do the forms. We merge with the forms, become one with them. As a result, we love them. Find the ability to feel unconditional love towards all forms. Slowly come back to the body. Reconnect with the physical form, this beautiful vehicle you've been given to carry out your mission of radiating love and peace and joy to all beings. Prepare to sit. Do so in a way that is mindful, as gentle, as reverent. Close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within and send it to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. Always within. And still. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day. Much love.